Hello, I am back with another video. But yeah, we're in my redstone testing area, because I wanted to show off a little tree farm I made. And this is the one I currently use to get wood. It's a semi-automatic tree farm, nothing crazy. And of course, some of the downsides is the sapling gathering is not heavily efficient, but it does give you some return, which is great. Like if I had a stack of saplings, I actually get enough return to entirely fill up this cube here, which is great. But in the future, I plan to actually make a fully auto tree farm, which will be a lot more sophisticated. The way this one works is it uses the oak tree saplings to grow tall oak trees. Now obviously you know that tall oak trees have branches like those over there. Well, to disable branch growth with tall oak trees in these old versions, what you do is you build a 3x3 tube that's about 12 blocks tall with a hollow center, and you basically just bone meal spam. And surprisingly, the bone meal spam is actually not that crazy. It's pretty good. And if you have a mob farm, it doesn't matter too much. And with an if you have an auto clicker, I don't have one, but if you have an auto clicker for your right click, you could grow these trees very fast. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like this tree farm. I've gotten a lot of wood. Obviously, when I have a full stack of saplings in my inventory, um, I can get over 9 stacks of logs just from one session of doing this. And it's not fancy or anything. I just have a wooden pressure plate here for whenever the tree's grown, and I just walk to the side. And that also gives me time to swap to my sapling. I prefer this method to other methods of farming the trees just because it's very mindless. I don't have to walk very far. Um, Even though it requires a little bit more bone meal, I actually get a lot more logs back just because I grow tall oak trees. And yeah, whenever I need saplings, I use an old school tree farm. I actually have it way out in the distance. I don't know if you could see that, but there's trees over there. I basically have an old school bone meal-less tree farm with a water dish. So if I need saplings, I can just use that once in a while. But this tree farm right here is just super fast, so I try to maximize its use as much as I can. But yeah, this is the only downside. You don't get many saplings back, but you get a lot of wood back in return. So that's the trade-off. Now, if I want to gather saplings, I just usually walk around here, and there's some that drop. And since these are not connected to the log, they actually break off on their own, like a pseudo leaf crusher. But I guess it's more like a leaf decayer. There's some leaves up here. I just gather them like this. But yeah, what I was actually thinking about doing for this semi-auto tree farm is have a leaf farm, basically. I don't know if that makes sense, but it'd be used to get saplings. So I would have, and I mean that's basically just like a natural grown tree farm. Besides that one, but I was thinking about just making one specifically for saplings. But as you can see, I almost get half of my return back, so it's not terrible if you have a whole stack. Not bad at all. Let's see how much wood we got. I'm gonna just put these away so it doesn't interfere with the results, and I'll just mine what we got here. Hey, you'll see that most of the trees over here are the taller ones, and then it actually, it kind of plots the distribution of growth, which is kind of interesting in its own right. But it makes sense for why it grows like this. So tall trees are more rare, so you'd see them more at the front, and so on. But yeah, no, I like it. Once I get better at click mining, I'm not really good at it, but it's a lot faster than just holding it down. So see, I'm holding it down right now. Click mine. If I get it right, it's a lot faster. So and yeah, you kind of need to get these skills because there's no enchantments. But for my future tree farm, it's going to be fully automatic, and I'm also going to have a TNT blast chamber, which utilizes block 36. And if you're not, oh, what's the word? And if you're not familiar with block 36, it's basically when you push blocks with the piston and it's the moving block. So the moving block, if you blow up a moving block, it has a 100% drop rate. And I actually used that in a blast chamber. I think I shown the blast chamber, but I actually hadn't shown how it worked. So what I might do in this video is show how it works. So yeah, why not? I'll actually do that. That'd be fun. I'll just set it up so that it only grows like, or not grows, that blows up like 2 sets of blocks. So we can just look at it for a bit. Because I already have a lot of cobblestone. Alright, wow, that's a lot of wood. See, it's not that bad. Yep. No, that's a good amount of wood for now. But yeah, I just have a bunch of gizmos and gadgets around here. Like this little sand column machine. I actually have a very good use for this. You can use it like an elevator and such, but I want to use it for something like for item elevation. So the reset needed to be fast. But yeah, isn't that pretty neat? That's a fun little device. Then yeah, I have some other ones here. I've got this guy. It's just another type of item elevator. This one, I believe this is pretty common back then. And then I made the zipper style item elevator where the items start here. And it's for 90-degree, or I mean 45-degree item elevation, like that. And it's very simple. I think this one's actually pretty good. So I have two of them to play with later on. 3 if you include the sand. Ooh, the memory leak problem. Is that what's going on here? I don't know if it's just me, but my mouse is kind of looking kind of weird. Do you notice that? I kind of notice it. It's probably just... Yeah, no, that's a weird thing in beta. I don't know why that happens. Anyways, I'll show you the cobblestone thing next. Okay, so we're at the blast chamber. I did not really show you how it works, so it's pretty easy. Basically, 2 things happen, or actually a lot of things happen. So over here, I have a cobblestone generator, which feeds into the set of pistons that push them down. This is timed to 4 seconds with the repeater, so it always pushes down the cobble exactly at 4 seconds, which is also the same time that TNT takes to blow up. Over here, I just have a counter which counts the layers, so we get the exact amount of layers. Counts to 5. Over here's the switch. This is like the actual switch that turns the farm on, and then this sand detection here detects when there's no more TNT. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually fill it up. So to do that, you just put in the desired amount of TNT in a line here. And then we're just going to have a trigger for 2 goes. So I'll have 2 sand up here. I think that should be good. Just for a test run. And then you simply start it up. And yeah, we'll be able to see some explosions happen. So I'll just stand over here. Hopefully you can see that. There goes the TNT. Precise timing 100% drop rate. And that's really the best way to get cobblestone in beta. Like, there's no denying it. I mean, mining is good, though. You can also just mine for diamonds and stuff, and it works out fine, but it's just not as fast as this. And obviously, you can make a faster blast chamber. There's no denying it, but, I mean, come on, look. I'm going to get this every minute and 12 seconds. It only takes approximately, like, 10 to 12 minutes to fill my inventory, too. So, it's good enough for a solo player like me. I'm not gonna lie. Now, yeah, 2 reasons for me building it vertical. I had a horizontal version over there, but it was very exposed to getting damaged by monsters. So I wanted to build all the redstone up here. And it actually turned out to be a lot easier to do the redstone this way in the end. And also the drop rate is more efficient. And oh, there goes the second one. And then if we look up here, you'll see, yeah, we have like one more go and it'll stop running, I believe. Yeah, so it'll still push down from cobble. Yep. So there's like one more go, and then it's done. Alright. Oop. Yeah, you see, that's pretty fast. Those 2 explosions happen pretty close to each other. Now, there is very little loss right here on that obsidian block, but I'd say it's worth it to keep the redstone simple. Now, on this cycle, we will not get an explosion. What it's going to do is it's just going to push... It gets the TNT loaded into the blast chamber, and then the sand drops. So you'll see... Okay, it's about to go. And it loaded the TNT in. And the TNT blows up on the next cycle, but as you can see, the farm already shut itself off. So it's not going to run anymore. And yeah, that's my cobblestone farm. So I hope that was a more fun and in-depth view of how it works. I don't think I'll make a tutorial on it, because, I mean, a lot of people know how to build blast chambers. They'll probably figure out the same result as I have. Maybe even better. Honestly, probably even better. But yeah, I can stand up here if you want to look at the redstone. It's just a 7 by 3. There's a gap here. It's another 7 by 3. Just some basic cobblestone generator. Here's the timings on it. That's a pulse shortener right here with the piston. It cuts off the redstone. And then, yeah, this repeater delay, there's, basically 40 ticks, I believe, so 4 seconds. 40 redstone ticks. That's the on and off switch for the cobblestone generator, because that basically controls everything. This is the counter for the layer counter. And basically every time this cobblestone revolves around the front, it pushes the sand forward, so that primes the TNT for the next explosion. And actually I like doing it this way, because when the farm is off, there's no TNT exposed, which is great. I like that. It feels good. And that's it. So maybe in another video I'll go over this, but that's probably when I finish it.